and I, we met a Tuesday morning. Sun high in the sky and I felt free. We did you.
Hello everyone, my name is Jong. I'm working as a staff nurse at a hospital here in London. So currently I'm on my 7th day of self-isolation. But just to be clear, I wasn't tested with COVID, so I won't be able to confirm 100% that I am COVID positive. But I will consider myself as a carrier given my line of work, my exposure to the patients, and then I'm also symptomatic. And this also applies to everyone right now, whichever place or whichever country you are in. If you are having symptoms, then might as well stay away from people just to avoid infection, just to avoid the spreading of the virus. But in my case, there is a much more higher possibility that I am COVID positive because of, as what I've said, my exposure to the hospital and to different patients that that are under my care. So I started with having my symptoms started 7 days ago, 7 or 8 days ago. I had a fever and a mild sore throat and a little bit of cough. So it started with 37.8 degrees Celsius, and then later on that night it became 38 degrees. And then that's when I had to call one of the heads of our unit to ask them if I'm still allowed to work given that I have symptoms, because if possible I still can. I'm still able to, my physical body can still manage to do my job as a nurse, but then apparently per guidelines I'm not allowed to do so, so I had to send myself for self-isolation. So I've been at home for more than 7 days now actually. So what I have been doing this past few days, I have been monitoring my symptoms. I don't have any fever right now, but what I have is like a normal cold, and I have lost my sense of taste, my sense of smell. I am having a terrible headache. I think that my headache was because of my cold. My nostrils hurt, really hurt. You know the feeling when you're inside an air-conditioned room and you have a cold and your sinuses hurt over here? It gets connected to my head, and that's why I think I'm having a that is why I think I'm having a terrible headache. And what I've been doing to help myself with the symptoms is that for my fever I took paracetamol, but my temperature is normal now. I've been drinking tea, particularly ginger and lemon with honey tea, which I think is also helpful to soothe my sore throat. I've been taking vitamin C, and then I've been eating a lot of fruits. It's highly possible that you eat a lot while you're on self-isolation because you don't have anything to do. But in my case, I've been watching my diet because I was advised by the doctor that I have a high cholesterol, so I can't eat everything that I like. So I've been binging on fruits na lang. And apart from taking care of my physical body, I've also been reading the gospel every day, as what I have been doing always, for a few years now. In times of crisis like this, it's very helpful for us that we don't only focus with our physical body, we don't only make sure that our physical body is healthy, but we also have to take care of our spiritual health. It's very helpful to us to pray, because as much as our physical body is at risk right now, our emotional health, our mental health is also at risk. That's why we also have to pray, and we also have to talk to someone about everything that we are feeling right now. I was about to go back to work after 7 days of self-isolation, because initially the protocol here in the UK is that if you're having symptoms, then if it's manageable at home, then you need to stay at home, self-isolate for 7 days. But in my case, I was hesitant to go back to work after 7 days because I'm going to take care of patients as a nurse, and I am worried that I'm carrying the virus, the coronavirus, and if I go back to work, I'm going to handle my patients, and there's a risk that I might be transmitting the virus to them. So what I did was I called the health service hotline here in the UK. I had to inform them of my condition. I'm still symptomatic as of this day, and I informed them about my line of job. So I was advised to continue self-isolating for 14 days instead of 7 days, because there's a risk that I might still transmit the infection. Also, I've been hesitating to create this content because I don't want to let my friends, my family especially in the Philippines, to worry about me. I've been telling them that I'm fine. I've been telling them that I'm not feeling sick. But then I decided to create this video because I just want to share my journey, and then I just want to clarify everything, because it seems that my family is so worried about me. And I just wanna inform them that I am alive, I'm fighting, and I'm going to walk you through my journey of self-isolation, especially living alone here in London, away from my family in the Philippines. It's already 10 o'clock in the evening, and I just received a confirmation that my housemate, my flatmate here, was tested positive for COVID, which means 99% I'm also positive with COVID. In fact, it's highly possible that she got the infection from me. We had the same symptoms together, only she didn't have a fever. I had a fever, and then she frequently stayed here at home while I was working. But it could also be possibly the other way around. It doesn't matter anymore. I'm having mixed emotions right now because we are all aware of the number of cases, the complications. It's hard to say it, but the rising number of deaths, I don't know what to feel, because I'm just so worried. I'm worried because I have a very young son who's in the Philippines right now. I'm so worried because if ever something bad happens to me, he's still very young, although I'm sure my sisters will take care of him, but I'm so worried about him not having a parent while he's growing up. I'm also worried about my parents. I know they're worried about me. But I'm much more worried as to how they're going to cope with what I'm going through right now. But on the other hand, I am optimistic that I'll get through this. What's good is that I don't have any severe symptoms. I'm feeling okay. I have a cold, but it's tolerable. I have a headache, but it's tolerable. It feels like I have sinusitis, but it's tolerable. I'm hoping that everything will get better in the end. And I'm hoping that everyone will be reminded to take precautions, to be careful. Also, just to inform you, I wasn't tested personally, but here in the UK, there's no option. They don't have any public testing as long as the symptoms are manageable. So if you're having symptoms, if you're symptomatic, then you're considered as infectious, and they just advise you to stay at home for 7 to 14 days depending on the case. And also in the hospital where I work, they currently don't have any testing offered for the staff. They're still on the process of setting up a suitable protocol for the staff who are symptomatic. But as of the moment, based on the test that my flatmate has had, then I could also conclude that I should treat myself as positive as well. I need to be strong. I need to keep my faith. For my family. And for my child especially.
Till then I'm dreaming.
Hi guys, so it's the 8th day of my self-isolation. It seems to me that I'm feeling a bit better now. My headache's gone. What's left is my cold. My nostrils are still in pain. I'm still feeling the pain. It feels like sinusitis. And although I've read some articles on the internet about COVID patients, there are a lot of COVID positive patients that have been experiencing mild symptoms at first, then it gets worse. That's when they needed to go to the hospital. But as for me, I take this as a positive sign that I'm getting better. Hopefully, I'm still praying that nothing worse than this will happen. So I'm going to update you again tomorrow. Hi, so it's the 10th day of my isolation. Thankfully, I'm getting a lot better. My cold is almost gone. The only thing that I'm feeling right now is that I feel like there's a little bit of wheezing. I can hear my breathing sometimes. It feels like you have a mild asthma. I don't know if I'm just being paranoid, but hopefully my recovery will continue. Hello everyone, it's the 11th day of my self-quarantine, and today I'm very thankful because I think that today feels like I'm onto my recovery. I had very minimal symptoms. I'm still having a little bit of cold and runny nose, but it's not as bad as it was the previous days. I'm having a little bit of wheezing, but it's very tolerable, and it's very easy to be paranoid about everything that we feel nowadays because of what's happening, because of the virus, because of the infection, because of the number of cases. What I'm also grateful about today was that there are a lot of people who were sending me messages asking me if I was okay and telling me that they're praying for me. I realized today that there's still hope in humanity, that if there's something good that we learn, that we get from what's happening today, from what's happening recently, it's the realization that there's still hope for humanity. Everyone, there's still a lot of people who care and who recognize that God has a reason for everything that's happening. And hopefully, I'm just hoping that this recovery will continue and then I can go back to work and help my colleagues in fighting this infection. I'll see you again tomorrow. Day 12 of my self-quarantine. No more symptoms except for very minimal wheezing. So I hope this continues. Road to recovery. Hi, it's the 14th day of my self-isolation. So tomorrow I'll be going back to work. And I'm so glad that I'm now symptom-free. Totally symptom-free. It's just that my sense of smell isn't back yet. But I'm so anxious. In fact, I've never been so anxious about a job all my life. I don't know why. What I can do now is pray that everything will be alright as I go back to work. So, I'm about to go to sleep now, and I need to wake up early tomorrow for my work. Good morning, everyone. So, it's my first day back to work after my self-isolation. It's already 6:35 in the morning. My shift is at 7:15, so I need to go now. I'm feeling really anxious, but I hope everything will turn out fine today. I need to go. Bye. I would like to thank everyone who sent me messages of concerns. Thank you very much. To those who are wishing me well, and then to everyone who's watching this, I know we can all get through this. We just have to stay healthy. We just have to stay at home and be patient, and then we just have to pray.